Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. Before getting into the analysis itself, I wanted to let you know that I have a Patreon where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and more. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the analysis next. So starting here on 15-minute time frame, or probably actually should start on 30-minute time frame. Still the same overall structure where we have been looking at, what we have been looking at. 18.4k start of the structure, end of the structure would be here at 16.2k, having this as a 5-way structure coming down as in the form of an impulse. This would be a wave A or wave 1 down here, and then we would be looking for a corrective structure that would be correcting this structure over here as in this kind of form. This definitely felt for me as a 5-way structure, more than a 3-way structure where we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into an A wave, and then we would have a 3-way pullback for B wave, and then we would be looking for C wave as in the form of a zigzag. So couple of different versions of this. First one is an impulse wave in that C wave is getting pretty large already. We have the all of these are overlapped, but about the 1.236 would be probably the main target now that we have passed the 1-to-1 extension. Currently pretty much at the no man's land, but if we are looking into this count, we would have to be labeling this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or some kind of other way to create a diagonal into here. One of the possibilities was that we had this as a diagonal up into these highs here, where this was a wave 4. Does not really look pretty either, but it would probably eliminate one of these degrees here. This is not really my main at the moment. However, we have been going higher and it looks decent as is. The point here, why I don't really like this too much is, again, the extension targets that we have here. This is, again, at the moment just hitting the 1-to-1 extension around the 17.2k area here. So this fits better as in the form of an ABC instead. But this is still possible. We can still look for this as a 3rd wave, 4th wave, and 5th wave. If we come back to these previous lows here, we could be having some kind of scalp potential if we are creating some kind of 3s, 4s here and smaller time frame. And now we'd be looking for this minuscule wave 4 before looking for that 5th wave here again. But that is that. Again, this is expecting multiple 3s and 4s and 3s and 4s, 3s and 4 and 5 into that C wave, into that 2nd or B wave. So again, still a lot of room here to be having actions to be taken. The other counter that we've been following is this one, a WXY, where again the same idea that we had this as an ABC going upwards, but instead of the C wave being an impulse, we would have that as a diagonal of some sorts. Here we could have this as a 3-way into W, 3 ways into X, and then 3 ways into wave Y, and then wave 2 would be basically resetting all that price action down back into these lows, and now we'd be looking for a 3rd wave with this ABC structure as well. Then we'd be again looking for wave 4 here. The way I'm labeled this trend line here is just based on the price action here from the pivot point of that wave 2. Not really actually pivoted properly. There we go. And again, we'd be looking for some kind of retracements here. Probably I would be expecting us to probably come down now. We do have this divergence now already in play. Smaller time frames, these are definitely not very pretty. I'm not quite sure how I would be liking to label this mess over here, as the expectation here was an ABC. Of course, if we are labeling this into a 3-way structure instead of an A wave, we could be labeling this into a wave X here. So overall, this would be a 3-way, so like so. And in here, we would be looking for another 3-way structure. So that probably has the better look overall. We could be having this as 3 pullback, some kind of 3 pullback, and so on. But yeah, that is the idea overall here. The reason I've labeled this as a WXY as well on top of these 1, 2, and 3 is just because, again, it reminds it so much of it. We did not hit the 1-to-1 extension here. which is a good thing in my opinion, as the third wave again hitting the one-to-one extension would make it so that this is very much less likely a contracting diagonal, since wave 3 would be larger than wave 1. And that is something that we don't want to be seeing, because again, contracting diagonals are more common overall. So expectation here would be looking for that wave 4 pullback and seeing if this lower trend line is going to be catching it. And if we are going to be getting some kind of a structure like this, enter a pullback, going higher, going against this high here, looking for a, well, dump down here. Not really sure how long that is going to be taking. It definitely has a potential of going quite long. But if we are comparing the wave 2, this is something that we shouldn't be taking at, or shouldn't be using more than the one-to-one, which would be around the Wednesday morning for me at least. So a couple more days. So it could be very much of a sideways correction, some kind of multi-zigzag. But again, if it is going to be a multi-zigzag, more likely than not is going to be correcting more. But yeah, wave 2 was kind of large in time here. But if we are comparing it to wave 1, it definitely was not too long, because again, we did not even hit the 38.2 in time, which is generally something that we want to be seeing. But diagonals might be something different. I have not gathered enough data on the diagonal wave 2s to be saying that this is not likely. But yeah, overall, wave 4 to be expected. And then we would be looking for that last pump up higher, 5th wave, and we'll see where we are going to get that. Couple of different areas of interest. Naked session point of control around 17,400. We also have this previous order block here. And definitely that probably would fit into the idea here. If we can just follow these contracting trend lines overall up into these highs before the pullback downwards. Again, some of the altcoins have rallied so much now, especially ETH I think it has retraced already like a 90% almost of this move. Again, it had a bit different of a structure overall, so it might be a different structure altogether or a different pattern, but it doesn't have too much room, at least before it's going to be taking out its highs here that it had around the mid-December. So that is again another reason why I do like this count, which is ending faster than the more impulsive count. And yeah, before again dropping down quite significantly, at least getting a partner leg for this for the start. But again, in my opinion, this could be the wave 1 of something. So again, we have to be preparing ourselves that this is going to be going a lot further. But I think that is going to be it for this video again on Bitcoin. If you made it this far into the video, again, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.